Greetings. Greetings and great rising. Greetings and great rising. Good afternoon or good evening. Wherever you are in your day, wherever you are on your journey, baby. Welcome, 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 and welcome back. How are y'all feeling on this Friday? Happy Friday, baby. Happy Friday. Greetings. Let me just put something in here just in case anyone wants to commune. Yes. Happy Friday. Yes. Happy Portal Day for those that know, you know, and for those that don't know, let me enlighten you, baby. Today is basically two. Yes. April 22. So yeah, powerful day, letting us know that we are protected, we are supported, our angels, ancestors, spirit guides. What's going on, Enigma? Greetings, sis. Where you been? I know where you been. I know where you been, baby. I know where you been. But yeah, it is the day of just our spirit guides, our spirit animals, our ancestors, just letting us know that, they are around, they're close, and they are supporting us. They are protecting us. They're loving us. They're guiding us. They're guarding us. They're walking with us. We're never alone. Own that. I will vote. I need to make that a mantra. You always know where I am. I surely do. I sure do, baby. Yes, Ashe. So I just wanted to, just do, a little cyber journaling. Y'all know how I do. For those that don't know, my name is Robin, the creatrix of Amethyst and Clover. And yeah, I'm talking about the shadows. Feel free to engage. Feel free to engage. But yeah, I'm talking about the shadows, specifically my shadows in regards to, ancestors, my mom ascending and the challenges and the realizations and the revelations and the epiphanies, the light bulbs, the connecting of the dots, the connecting of the breadcrumbs, just putting things together, rocking with spirit and, just making sense of it all. So my bonus dad, his birthday was on the 15th. Ashe Pops, Ayi Bobo. Let's ring the ancestors bell, baby. Yes. And my mom's birthday is 5 days after his, which was 2 days ago. Ashe. And this is her second year as my ancestor, so the first year it was powerful, and it was, I don't know, I think because I spent a lot of time, feeding her, honoring her, ashaying her, making sure that, she got to the rest of our tribe, that was my focus. This year, things kind of hit me a little differently. My pop's birthday, and he's been an ancestor for a while, but my pop's birthday, was kind of like prepping me. I've seen cardinals, divine vibration. Hey, Queen Connie. Hey, girl. Hey. Yes. And over these last few weeks, I've been seeing a lot of cardinals, and they've been coming in threes. I think I even shared once where I was coming out of my door and I saw three cardinals. It was a female, two males. So I took that to be like my mom, my dad, and my bonus dad, And over these last couple of weeks, I've been seeing three cardinals in different places. I don't think that they're the same three cardinals, or they could be. I don't know, but I've been seeing them like cardinal, and I've just been having a moment, and I consider cardinal birds as, ancestor birds. So to see them in pairs of three, I think subconsciously, spiritually, intuitively, I understood the assignment. I knew what was happening, and it just hadn't hit the surface of me yet, and the 19th, which is the day before my mom's birthday, I felt really edgy, like I was really, really on edge. And a lot of times edginess or stress or, me really being sad or down, a lot of times it does creep up on me. Like it's a vibration that if I'm not cognizant of it, it just does its thing. And I won't acknowledge it or realize it until is at the surface, is at that point where there's no overlooking it. There's no avoiding it. There's no mistaking I'm feeling, but I know that I'm feeling not balanced. I'm feeling a little off. I'm feeling edgy. I'm feeling snappy. I'm in my feels. I'm in my feelings, baby. I'm in my feelings. And, it takes me time to process it. Shout out to those that can immediately see and know exactly what it is that they're feeling when they're feeling it. Because some of us are not like that. I'm not like that. A lot of times is a frequency, is an energy, is a vibration, and it kind of just flutters right on through. And either I'll notice it or the subconscious, the spirit, it takes in all and it waits and it, sometimes it has to slow walk it, especially with a person like me. I got to slow walk it. It just can't be smack in my face because change is weird for me. I'm very weird when it comes to change, so let that be the foundation. And I'm thinking, okay, it's my mom's birthday. This is my way of preparing myself. And it's not like this is the first birthday. This is the things that I'm telling myself. Like, this is not the first birthday, Robin. Like, what's going on? And apparently, I wasn't ready to do the shadow work in regards to what was going on. And I'm not saying that anytime you get a sense that you need to start doing some shadow work, I'm just saying that for me, it becomes is a part of my life. So I know that when I'm feeling this way, I know that the first thing that I need to do is ground myself, center myself, kind of get under the radar, spend time with myself, just allow myself to be in my feelings and start to see my feelings and think about my feelings and, hear the energy that's taking place in here, whether it's coming from a high vibration, a low vibration, it doesn't really make a difference to me. I'm just plugging in. And when I plugged in, I was like, okay, it is in regards to your mom's birthday, but it's so much more than that. And I really had to ask myself, are you ready? I'm the type of person that if I'm not ready, I ain't ready. I ain't ready. I'm not going to fake it. I'm not going to, go on in anyway and just deal with it as it come through page ones. No, I'm not she. I'm not her. I'm not her. I'm the type that is really just going to sit with it. I'm going to sit there, page ones and night ones. Let's be clear, the whole one family. I see the night one coming through like, yeah, but whatever. And once I got myself ready, once I got myself situated, I allowed myself to really open up. And that's what shadow work is for me. It's not just about trauma. It's not only or just about the trauma. A lot of the time, shadow work takes place in regards to your day-to-days. For me, it could be things that you're not ready to deal with. And that could be something good or something bad. People always look at things on a negative end when you're hitting on shadow work. You could have a beautiful moment. You could get a promotion. You worked hard for that promotion. You earned that promotion. You fought for that promotion. And now that promotion is here. And then the doubt comes in. Then the insecurities come in. Then the worry come in. Then the, uncertainties come in. There are places, that shadows lurk in, the uncertainties, the insecurities, everything that I just named. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing. Shadows is shadows, We make labels and we make boxes and put things in their boxes to make sense for us. But, it's just shadows. So it wasn't any trauma, for me with my mom, that's what was so, for lack of a better word, discerning. That's what had me off balance. I'm like, me and my mom, we're square. We've been square. We've had beautiful moments up until the end. It wasn't anything like that. So I'm like, well, what is it? And as I'm sitting there and I'm thinking about it, I started seeing the daggone cardinals in my head. And then the tears started to well in the back of my head, and me being me, baby, I'm fighting them. I'm like, no, I'm not really trying to, cry. Like, my mom always said, don't cry until you see me cry. And Peaches ain't crying. Trust me. Peaches ain't crying, baby. Trust me, so I'm like warring within myself. And I really just had to allow spirit to just lead. This is where I have to get out of my own way. That's what shadow work is also about. It's about getting out of your own way. Understanding that you are strong enough, understanding that you are brave enough, understanding that, this is the handiwork of you. Ultimately, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is the handiwork of you. And just allowing myself to be in that moment. So I stopped fighting my tears and I just allowed my tears, to just come on through. And as they started to come on through, that nebulous energy really started to dissipate. It really started to like clear out. And I really started to see what it was that I did not want to see. And it is a beautiful thing. There you go. Well, thank you, baby. Sometimes it may be as simple as missing our queen mother. It is. Sometimes it is, and every day it is. Acceptance. Exactly. What I had to accept was my mom's transformation is complete. As far as spiritually I'm concerned, let's be clear, baby, because I'm not her only child. I'm not her only family member. And I'm not trying to close the door on anybody's processes. Let's be, girl. Let's be clear. For me, and, my relationship with my mother and how she raised me spiritually, and to see that her transformation is complete and to see and know, understand that at this point in time, the Nettie Cornelia that I know in the physical, her physical cycle is complete. My mother, as I knew her, that cycle is complete. And that really, baby, listen, listen, that really, really got my goat, And when I acknowledged that to myself, it wasn't hard to allow the shadows to come up. Shadow worker, this is where I'm comfortable. The physical world is where it's, the shadows and, things like that. I can handle that. I'm comfortable there. That I understand. And to acknowledge that, it really felt like my heart was breaking. Throughout this whole process, I never felt like my heart was breaking. My heart has always been whole. My heart has always been full. My heart has been joyous, putting in that work with my mom. It was a beautiful moment. So I really didn't understand why was it feeling like my heart was breaking 2 years later. Like, why is it breaking now? And it's because when I lifted the veil, when I cleared out the nebulous energy, I understood that at this point in time, this leg of my journey, I had to release. I had to let her go. I had to set her free. The not necessarily the thoughts or the memories, but the thoughts and the memories, holding on to her in a physical form when she's not in a physical form. Not only has she ascended, she's also had a transformation of her own. A cycle of hers has been completed, and that was the part that really, really got me. And once I started thinking back, it has been building. It's been building, for all the times that I've been seeing these cardinals and all the times that I've been seeing just birds, period. Anytime that I would really allow myself to dig into the shadows, my ravens and my crows would caw, I would hear my wind chimes at the front of my house and I'm in the back of my house. I could hear them clear as bells just going off. It was so many symbols over the course of months that was preparing me for this. And this is why on the 19th, I really started to get really, really edgy. And the thing that I knew, because lesson learned, baby, I'm growing. What I learned was when I get that way, it's just best to just take a beat. It's just best to just pull back, disengage, because this fuse is always lit and this fuse is short. This fuse is short, baby. Mm-hmm. And you're building a different relationship. Wow, that's awesome. Ashe, thank you so much, because that's what it is. That's exactly what it is. What a beautiful recognition, B Dub. Thank you so much. It was hard. It was easy, but it was hard. And there lies the crux. Get your water in, baby. Get your water in. Hydrate, 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 especially now. Yes. But yeah, that's what was going on. I had to accept that her work on the physical realm and all of my work in the spiritual realm to make sure that she had enough power to ascend properly, you know, is complete. And a part of me was like, that's nothing else for me to do, you know, that's it. This is it, you know. And I'm so grateful that my mom, without having any labels, y'all, without having any labels, I didn't grow up with any labels. I just want to be clear. But my mom has been teaching me this my whole life. My mom has been preparing me not just for her death, but death, and not just with death, life, and the cycles of life, my whole life. You know, so on a certain sense, this is easy because this is how she raised me. This is what she taught me. This is all I know, you know, but it doesn't make it any easier to actually have to, as she would say, put Pat and Charlie to work, put one foot forward and actually see that through, to actually live that life, to actually walk it how I talk it. You know what I'm saying? And I've experienced death ever since I was a kid, but I always had my mom with me. This is the first death, I mean, of course, but this is the first death that I'm experiencing without her on this realm, you know, and I want to talk to her about it. And I know that I can. And see, there lies the beautiful part, because she always says, you know, we may be dead, but we ain't gone. And dead is only a word that we use in order to keep the sanity part of us sane. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a slippery slope, and you start going through these, we know we're spiritual beings, we're on our learning journey, you know, and just absorbing it all, and it can go down a rabbit hole really, really quick. And that's what it was for me. And I really had to hone in. I really had to just stop and see that my shadows didn't want to see. My ego, my shadows, my lower self, my lower vibrations, they did not want to let her go. That's not an evil thing. You know what I'm saying? It's a selfish thing, but it's not an evil thing, you know? And we as humans, you know, are having this human experience. We are selfish, you know? It hurts, you know, to walk this life and knowing that, you know, the people that you love and care for the most are not physically on this realm. And all of the things that we've learned, or all of the things that we're learning, all of the things that we're reading about, all of the things that we're hearing about, you know, they can only activate and play a part if you activate them and if you play that part. And I really had to accept, and I really had to understand that by my mom being a nature girl, this is where I get my nature girl from. That's what Milton calls me, his little nature girl. But my parents, they were very nature based. You know, my dad is a Cancer. Well, I say dad, he's an ancestor. But as you can see, I still speak of my parents in the present tense because they're still here. They're still with me. So just rock with the kid or not. That's your choice. Peace or peace. Ashe, ashe. And my mom, Taurus. So I spent a lot of time out on the water, in the parks, you know, eating wild fruits and vegetables. You know what I'm saying? So this is what it is for me. And to see these cardinals coming through, I mean, on my porch, in my trees, you know, rocking with me at work. I'm seeing baby cardinals. I'm seeing male cardinals, fat cardinals, slim cardinals. I'm seeing cardinals. And I'm not the only one in my family who are seeing cardinals, you know, and their representations of the cardinals that they're seeing are also, you know, personal to them. But my mom is showing up for all of us, baby. Thanks. Okay. Okay. And I have to accept, you know, and I have accepted that that's where I'll find my mom. in nature. That's where I'll see my mom in nature. I'll see my mom in the color yellow. I'll see my mom in birds. I'll see my mom in the park itself. You know what I'm saying? I'll see her at the water. I'll see her because that's what she taught me. And this is what I've been teaching my sons, or anyone that loves and care about me, or anyone who has ever loved and care about me. When I become an ancestor, you can always find me in the moon. You can always find me by the water. You can always find me in the sun. You can always find me by a good bag of cherries, baby. You can always find me there. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to actually implement the life that we always talk about. That's the hard part, because it means that you have to let that part die. It's like my mom legit became a butterfly, and shout out to my auntie Butterfly. Shout out, shout out, shout out. But that's what it's like. It's honestly like the phases and the cycles of life, a caterpillar to the cocoon to the butterfly. A part of the caterpillar must die so the butterfly can be born, but that butterfly essence is still the caterpillar. And that's what my mom has been, trying to get me to understand since I was about 9, and to be 46 at this age, in life. And I know I'm much older, I get it, or much younger, depending, whatever. But to be at this point in my life, to actually understand it and embrace it and find ways to celebrate it. Absolutely. Evolution. Yes, evolution, and an ascension as well, and this is why she always told me, there's nothing to be sad about when it comes to death. Yes, on the physical, you're going to miss your people. And these are her words. You're going to miss your people. But Robin, they're not gone. They're not gone, and I understand that now. It will not stop me from missing my mom. It will not stop me from crying. It will not. But what it will do is, for every tear that I shed, and I cried hot tears. My tears were so hot, it burned my face. Like, I don't know if y'all can see that, but right about there, is healing now. Now it's just like a dry patch. But those tears came from a fiery place, baby. Those tears came from the rooter to the tutor of me. And they were very cleansing, and they were very therapeutic, and they were very healing. I'm the first in my family that has always felt the same way as Queen Mother. Yes. And this is the legacy. This is how my mom instilled in me to carry on the torch and to put my piece of fabric into our family quilt. This is a way to make sure that our roots, that our roots don't die, that I understand that I come from strong roots, powerful roots. And as long as we keep those legacies living, and as long as we keep the fire burning bright, that's where the eternal living comes into play. The eternal flame comes into play, keeping them close and keeping them fed and ashaying them and saying their names and making sure that we remember them and sharing stories, even if we must, cry and roll around like Patty and, do whatever it is we need to do. But don't let it get to a point where it's hindering us. Don't let it get to a point where it's consuming us. And I've been there as well. When my daddy became an ancestor, like, baby, listen, that was rough. That was hard. And I wasn't prepared for that. I was very young and I wasn't prepared, but my mom prepared me. And once I got to that shadow, I started seeing other shadows, and started to see the growth in me from those shadows. This is a time where I've shared with you guys that I am a emotional eater. I eat, when I'm stressed. I eat when I'm upset. I eat, I love food, baby. I love food. But I do find that, I eat is a way of comforting me. And while I was going through all of those transformations, I haven't been eating. If anything, I've been fasting. And shout out to my son, Ra, for helping me with that, for encouraging me, in regards to that. I've been fasting and I haven't been feeling heavy. And now I see that with all of these emotions and all of these feelings and being me, being an Aquarius, I feel it so deeply. And it's like air. It really is. It's like, it just blows, baby. It just goes and it just blows. And I really had to learn to just center myself and bring it in. And this is where, meditation comes in. And for me, meditation isn't always, excuse me. Sorry, y'all. Still got that last little bit of cold is on its way out, baby. But yeah, it isn't just about sitting down and meditating. It isn't just about being still. I do some of my best shadow work coloring. I do some of my best shadow work cooking. I do some of my best shadow work, making something, being active, because I'm in my creative zone where I'm totally free to be me, and all parts of me are welcomed, all parts of me are welcome. And this is where my ego and my lower side really do get to have their voice, and they really do get to have their say, because I entertain all sides of me. I acknowledge and I listen to all sides of me, because this is my life, and the decision that I make is going to be up to me. Everybody gets to say, but I make the final decision, and that's what it has been. And I've been very proud of myself when doing that shadow work, that I saw me. Again, see, shadow working is always about trauma and hurt and pain. Shadow work is also about the beautiful parts of you. Shadow work is also about sankofaing. Sankofa is not taboo to go back and get what was misplaced, lost, stolen, and or forgotten. I might have forgotten that I actually, did that. Like, yeah, chick, you did that. You didn't eat. You fasted and you kept yourself light, and you kept your energy up, and you kept your vibrations up. That's shadow work. So seeing me, shadow work. And it's just not seeing the bad and the what the fuck and the ugly. It's all about seeing the beauty of me as well. So my mom is still giving me so many lessons. And those are just Sankofa moments, and fixing her a meal and lighting her candle and lighting the rest of my ancestors' candles and lighting God's candle, and my spirit is already lit, baby. I was just having a full fire fest. So of course, when I started crying, the tears, they started to burn my face. It was fire on fire on fire, baby. But it was a good fire. It was an illuminating fire. It was a warm fire. It was a healing fire. It was a getting rid of, those sides of me. I no longer have to try to figure this out. And so that's a beautiful thing about staying on your path and, allowing things to happen as they're supposed to happen, because I don't have to repeat this, because now, baby, I got it. You know what I'm saying? I no longer have to, hold on to that last little bit of hurt and that last little bit of confusion and sadness, because to know that my mom is the butterfly, baby, that's everything. That's everything. But it definitely was, it was a challenge, I mean, 6 months in the making, if I'm being honest, and it just kept getting more intense as, time went on. And it's like, spirit is like, okay, now she's ready, or basically for me, ready or not, it's coming. We're coming. You didn't want to come down and get it. We definitely going to come up, baby. We definitely going to come up. What's going on, Janina? Roll around like Patty, baby, listen. Well, I don't eat, always create an intention. It may not start off intentional. Yes, it's a process. For sure. For sure. Always three of y'all up here. Where my likes at? Show the kids some love. I. But yeah, that's what's going on, with me in the shadows. It's not all ugly. It's not all bad. It's not trauma. This is just in regards to, healing and letting go and understanding a thing. Because now that I know a thing, baby, understanding a thing. Yeah. So don't let shadow work scare you. Thank you so much. I'm so proud of me too. Don't let shadow work scare you. And my niece, I showed my niece my thumbnail before I did this video, and she was like, "Yeah, no, Robin, that's scary." And I'm like, "Yeah." Then it's hitting the mark because people always look at shadow work as such a deep, dark, demonic, scary. I don't want to deal with it type of thing, and it's not just that. You know, it's not just that. Yeah, it can be deep, dark, scary, and yeah, it can be full of trauma. But once you start unfolding, these layers and really taking a good look at yourself and seeing you in the shadows, because that's all that it is. It's just your shadows, seeing you in the shadows, other shadows that, may be easier to deal with. You can get them the fuck up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Just learn how to spend time with yourself, because that's all that shadow work is. It is work. It ain't supposed to be easy. And a lot of times, look, I'm gonna put it to you like this. Honestly, being a shadow worker, it ain't pretty. It's not. It's just not. It's not. This is why, we try to make our environment as clean and as pretty and as bright as we can. Because when we start going down that rabbit hole, baby, listen, it is dark and it is scary and it is unknown what's going to be the first thing that's going to pop out at you. You can be going down there ready to tackle this one shadow. And as you can see, others may come along for the ride. Others may pop up. You may not even reach the shadow that you thought you was going down there for, baby. Or you may not even be looking at the shadow that you thought you would be looking at when it was on its way up. Shadows, they're shadows, and no matter which one comes or which one you go down to get, just know that you are strong, you are brave, and it definitely does mean that you are ready. Life has a way of antagonizing us to get us ready. Like, oh, you ain't ready yet? Okay, well, we're going to throw this at you. You ready now? Oh, no, still not ready. And you'll get tired of it. You'll get sick of it. You'll be like, what the kind of this? You'll get to that point. Pressure does bust pipes. Come through, my cousin. Pressure does bust pipes. And when those pipes bust, you're at your warrior mode. You're ready. Even if you don't feel ready, you didn't had enough. It's like, I'm as ready as I'm going to be. Bring it. I am sick of this. I need all this to go ahead about his business. Like, I'm done with it. Yeah, God does that. The universe does that. You do that, So no matter how you get it done, as long as you get it done, that's the point. Hey, sis, what's going on, my love bug? But yeah, that's what's happening. And I have a couple of cards here. When I did the Oshun reading, I did have some extra cards. Yeah, I did a 10 card pull, but of course, Oshun was like, baby, only the first 5. And I rocked with it. And now it totally makes sense because y'all know me. I'm always in the moment. I'm never too far ahead of the game because I'm very futuristic. So I have to be very conscious to remain and stay present. So the messages that were coming through, before I even get into that, how do y'all feel about shadow work? How do you feel, and thank you so much for listening to, me share, the shadows that I'm currently facing, currently facing this whole not eating to give myself that comfort, and it's not even necessarily eating. I'm a snacker. I eat like a bird. I eat like the bird I am. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's the things that I'm snacking on, and it's the time frame in which I'm snacking. So I'm now starting to acknowledge that, so the more that I'm active, the less I'll snack, So yeah, this is why like getting back into my routine after these last 2 years, baby, getting back into my routine and knowing that, I've done it once, I've done it twice, I've done it 3 times, a fat lady, I can do it again. But the older I get, the more challenging it is, at least for me, because I'm like, baby, listen, take me as I am, because I'm healthy. It's not like this is a health issue. And it could be if I would have kept going the rate that I was going, it definitely would have been a health issue. But luckily, my spirit don't let me get but so far. And then it's like, enough is enough. Let's get to it. And this is where the shadows then come into play. Like, why do I keep hitting this mark? Like, why do I keep finding myself reset? And I'm not saying that I mastered it. And I'm not saying that I'll even have it mastered, before it's all said and done, but I strive. I strive, and every day I get a little bit better, and every year I get a little bit better. And as long as I'm in it to win it, I'll be victorious. I'll be victorious, baby. So, yeah, shadows, they don't have to be, you know, all scary. Some of them are, trust me, some of them are. But just know that you're not alone, especially with this portal that's open, this 4, 22, 22, all of these twos, these 4 and these twos are popping off. It's just letting you know that you are protected. So tonight will be a good night. If you have something that's on your mind that you really need to come up with a game plan for, you really need to address, or, you really need to become honest with yourself, tonight is a good night for that. Your ancestors are close. They're letting you know, I pulled this card days ago. I purposely looked for this card, and it says 44. I am supported. Your angels are encouraging you to continue on your present life path with diligence and determination, and even greater success will come in the future. I am supported. All of these energies are letting you know that you are supported. You are being protected. Now, the thing about protection is you definitely want to give yourself a boost. They're doing their part, and they're even spraying a little something on the end for you. But it does not hurt, and it's vital that you keep your skin in the game when it comes to you. Make sure that you're keeping yourself protected. Make sure that you're walking with grace. I have the King of Pentacles here, who's a whole bull, baby. We're in Taurus season. I didn't pick these cards. These cards shows, they came on out. These are messages from the ancestor. Y'all know how I get down. But yeah, this is Taurus season. Don't forget that last year, all of these cards came back with energies of last year. And last year was the year of the ox, which is, and some people say is the bull just castrated, and some say like a cousin of the bull. Nonetheless, that energy was out last year. And now, here we are, and this energy is telling you those seeds that you've planted, those seeds that you're looking to plant, now is a good time. Now is a good time. It's also encouraging us to conserve our energy. But since the sloth came out before the Taurus people, they can be very lazy. They can be very, ain't no other way to put that. They can be very lazy. And this is where you want to make sure that you're balancing things out. You don't want to become stagnant. Yes, you want to conserve your energy, but that just, for me, take this to your altar. That just means for me to be mindful of whom I'm sharing my energy with, what I'm giving my energy to, where I am receiving energy. Who am I receiving this energy from? This is what it's talking about, conserving your energy. You want to make sure that whatever it is that you're doing, whatever moves that you make, whatever words that you say, you want to make sure that they mean something. You want to make them count. Outside of that, it's just wasting energy. So be mindful of that, because there are also, this is the Magician card. So that's serpentine energy. Let's just be clear. I'm looking at Damballa and Aida all the way through. This is also serpentine energy. This is also in regards to your chakras, making sure that everything is definitely balanced, being mindful of your words, being mindful of other people's words. The Magician does have trickster-like energy. So there could be some people that's out here skinning and grinning, or, just really fast talking, double talking, trying to talk over your head, trying to make sure that you're not reading the fine print. You know what I'm saying? You definitely want to be mindful, move with grace. You don't want to find yourself like a bull in a china shop. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about like a china shop. I mean, like the porcelain little china figurines. You don't want to be like a bull in a china shop. You definitely want to make sure that when you move, you're moving with grace. You want to make sure that your foundation is rock solid, no matter what it is, whether it's love, health, business, relationships, whether they're romantic or platonic. You want to make sure that all foundations are secure. You want to be mindful of your words. You want to make sure that, you're being as positive as you can. You want to be as upbeat as you can. And I found this is just me, but especially during my edgy moments, talking about, getting ready for my shadows, baby, I shocked myself a couple of times. And it wasn't what I was saying, even though that was a little shocking too. It was more so of the energy that was coming through. It was like the bitch was in full effect. And I really had to just be like, oh, no, 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 no. I run shit here. I run shit here. My ego will try it. She will see, is it her time? Can she get one in? You got to be mindful. You definitely want to be mindful. Conserve your energy. You definitely want to make sure that you're taking a look at your finances. If you need to file your taxes, baby, file your taxes. I was very worried and nervous about our taxes, and it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. So, just go ahead and get it done. Whatever it is that you need to do financially. I'm looking also at the lovers who came after Taurus, the bull. The lovers, they always say is Gemini energy, but I also look at the lovers as Libra and Taurus energy because they rock with Venus, which is the love planet. So no coincidence here. You want to make sure that you're keeping your relationships tight, because when you have these energies out here that are really not for your greatest and your highest good, trying to divide and conquer, trying to separate, trying to keep a wedge, trying to keep that discord and that disconnect going. You want to be mindful of your relationships. And again, it doesn't have to be romantic. It could definitely be platonic. It could be a brotherhood. It could be a sisterhood. It could be, blood related. Ashe, ashe. You definitely want to make sure, check in on your sacral and your solar plexus. You have that yellow and that orange coming through. This is also about, stability and comfortability, sensuality, nice things. Take a look around your house before you start buying things. It's also encouraging us to be mindful of our money. Now may not be the best time to just be spending. Taurus folks don't like to spend. They like nice things and they don't mind spending. But what they love more than spending is saving. They let themselves some saving, baby. They love to save, So again, don't forget that money is also a form of energy. It's a currency. You understand what I'm saying? So be mindful who you're giving it to. Be mindful what you're giving it to. Be mindful who and what you're receiving it from. Ashe, because sometimes people will utilize money to get on in. As long as that energy can get in, baby, that energy can get on in. And y'all know that I don't rock with the serpentine energy or the snake energy is solely a negative thing, but it does because it's balance. Life is not just about good and it's not just about bad. All over the place, there is balance. So while you are the magician and while you're being encouraged to utilize this energy and put it towards your greatest and highest good, and to make sure that you're vibrating high, and to make sure that, you're moving and you're speaking with dignity and grace, you're also being encouraged to make sure that the people are around you at this time, especially because we're nearing, that solar eclipse on 4:30. Let's be clear, it's going to be a powerful time. And the moon phase will be in Taurus. Dark moon energy, Taurus energy, solar moon is going to be like a whole trinity taking place. Your mind, your body, your spirit, maiden, mother, crone, Ashe, me, myself, and I, baby. Yes, mind, body, and spirit. There's going to be a trinity that's going to be taking place on 4:30. Take a look into that. But yeah, with all of the sensuality and sexuality, all of this energy, and then you have seahorses. Seahorses mate for life. And with the seahorse, the father carries the eggs. So there could be some unorthodox ways of conceiving. Maybe there's a couple that felt like they wanted to do it natural, and that's just not happening. And you may have to find another way of doing it. Surrogacy, adoption, these are all possibilities. And then you do see that, you may not be able to see, but trust me when I tell you that you can see that there are two triangles taking place. So this is definitely sexual energy. This is like tantric energy. So this is not just about, girl, I don't even, some proper words seem crass to me, like fornication. Fornication sounds so crass to me. I had to give myself pause. I must say fornication. And I know that's a proper term, but that sounds so crass, girl. But yeah, it's not all just about having sex. It's also about connection. So be mindful who you're engaging with. Be mindful of who you're swapping energies with. Ashe, shadow work. It has become easier to accept. Spirit doesn't allow me to avoid shadow work. Nope. And I never had that luxury, no matter how hard I try. And I learned that I just dig deeper graves for me. So deeper ditches. Baby, listen, it's just easier for me to just go on ahead and deal with it. More like absorb rather than accept. I accept the necessity a while ago. Yes, 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 yes. Sis, you helped me to find me. Thank you so much, Connie, girl. Thank you. I appreciate that. Listen, helping me find me is helping you find you, is helping me find me, baby. Teamwork make the goddamn dream work. Each one teach one. I love you. I love you. I love you. Thank you so much. But that's what it comes down to. You know, so again, they were talking about swapping out of energies. Be mindful because there is trickster energy out here and you may not know what a person's intent is. Our ancestors are giving us a little something extra right now, but you must also do your part. Do your part. And then we have Obatala coming through. Y'all know I will find out Orishas and all the walls and anything, baby, anything. Here's a snail. And she was probably just talking about a regular snail. But when I see a snail, baby, the first person I think about is Obatala. And this energy is coming through asking us to keep our mind as clear as possible. Keep a cool head. See, it's on the head of a mushroom. And this is not an Orisha or ATR card. Trust me, baby. But the beautiful part about the ATRs is that it's nature-based. So you can find it everywhere, just like my mama, baby. Come through, queen. Come through. But yeah, Obatala is coming through asking you to keep a cool head. Keep your wits about you. Because with Taurus energy, for as loving and nurturing and kind and generous that they are, baby. Look, they don't charge when they see red for nothing here. And I know that comes from a lot of antagonizing as well. Well, that's a good word right now. There's going to be some antagonizing energy. So you definitely want to make sure that you are navigating. And remember, from the first 5 cards, from the Ocean reading, selfish plug, shameless plug. Take a look at that because it was talking about some of us have navigated, successfully. So remember, each trial and hurdle and challenge, it does come along with lessons that we can put into our knapsack and help us on our journey because it's coming through that there's going to be some type of change or some type of situation. Something is coming where we're definitely going to have to make sure that we're moving with spirit on that. And something may be coming that is just out of our control. So the best thing to do is just to learn to go with the flow. And that's what Oshun comes in, teaching us a different way of how to handle a certain situation, or it could be the same situation. Ashe, ashe. Remember to be nurturing, remember to be kind, but there's a lot of birthing that's coming through with the energies of the solar eclipse that's taking place. So yeah, the sun and the moon is getting together, baby. The sun and moon is getting together, and it will be taking place in Taurus. So double energy there. Ashe, ashe. DN. I don't know what DN means, but yeah, I love you. I love you. I love you. I hope that was helpful. I'm about to go and rest. May no ill thought, words, curses, hexes, spells, negative energy, low vibration cross you, your Ori, your auric. Oh, my heart is like, oh, your aortic field. Yes, especially your heart space with everything that's going on with the lovers and with Taurus energy coming out. And the magician and the Queen of Cups, the lovers, and the Taurus energy coming out. There's all about love. There's something that's changing with love. And it doesn't have to be on a negative end. Let's just remember, just because it's change doesn't mean it's always for the bad or it's always for the worse. Change is just change. Even if we deem it bad, there's a beautiful situation that we can learn from, or there's a beautiful situation that is going to come from, you know, that badness or that negative or whatever, you know. Definitely get to a higher perspective, get to your higher self, rock with your higher self on here. You know, really think things through. The Queen of Cups is all about emotions, it's full of emotions, but she's also a thinker. You know, she likes to really think about the things that she's feeling. She doesn't just rely on her heart. She makes sure that she's also in tune. She's well rounded, you know, in regards to her mind and her heart space. So be mindful there. There's a lot of growth and a lot of knowledge and a lot of wisdom that's going to be taking place. But there's definitely going to be some times where you're going to have to stand your ground as well. You know, for those that, you know, can mate, do so. Oh, and somebody or something doesn't want that to come through. Make sure you're doing it not just to be doing it well, but make sure that your spirit is in it. This is why, you know, if you don't have a mate, take this to your altar. If you don't have a mate, or you're not sure about the person that you're with, or you're not sure about the sexual energy, now may be a good time. Take this to your altar. I'm not telling people what to do or how to do it. I'm just giving you the information as it comes. Now may be a time to go ahead and do a sex fast. If you're not sure about the energy that you're swapping with, if you're not sure if this is a mate or if this is just a jump off, if you're not sure about that, because this energy that's coming through is, take this to your altar, binding energy. Okay? Okay. And don't forget to conserve your energy. And just because you're conserving your energy doesn't mean that you're not making any moves. Taurus folks like money. They don't mind working hard to make money, but the goal is to work smart, not hard. Ashe, Ashe. Yes. If anyone is trying to do any type of harm to us on any type of level, mentally, physically, emotionally, psychologically, energetically, any of the leads, come through my Uncle Lee. Call on your ancestors, baby. Give them their offerings. Give your God, your Jesus, your Buddha, your Muhammad, your Allah, however you rock. Give them their offering. Give them their praise. Say their name. Light your candles, baby. Now is a good time for that. The portals, the doors, and the gates are open. Yes, they are rocking. They rocking. Celebrate, celebrate, celebrate. Ashe, Ashe. Yes. Thank you so much for rocking the nation. Yeah. And you know, the nation, tell the nation thank you, because having that honest, transparent conversation, Garden Witch, it really did help me, because this wasn't a foreign thought. You know what I'm saying? And it was another break from that everything that happens in your life, it happens for a reason. So yeah, the nation really did help me to put things into perspective in regards to letting that physical go and embracing anew. Ashe, I rocks with that so heavily. Yes, 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 yes. All right, let me get out of here. Peace, 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 peace. Peace. Ashe, aye, boo boo.